Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. In today's game, we should look to the war up front. The Texans are top 10 in rushing yards, and they're going up against the Saints team that will need to keep the running game in check.
All right, thanks, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas at NRG Stadium in Houston. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And the Houston Texans. He's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Three yards to go here on 2nd down.
Here we go. Green, 39.
Back to throw here. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Whitney Merciless in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over.
He'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They go play action here on 1st down. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. They run the counter now on 1st down. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
Now a handoff looking right. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. He gets it to Thomas. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. handoff here to his running back. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
Now back to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and it's 3rd down.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. Brought in left side by Snead. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. And a good sign for them right now to have their young quarterback looking confident on the opening drive.
Now, we haven't met a young quarterback, a veteran quarterback. It doesn't matter. We haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't tell us he's confident about his abilities, right?
That's true.
But when you're young, it's really important to get off to a good start because it does build up that confidence and allows him to play better as the game goes on.
Especially crucial here on the road. Now they'll run it on the toss. And some room to maneuver. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. It'll be a gain of 11, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. Now the defense definitely showing blitz here. And he'll give it here to his running back. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them pass it, has it? I mean, they've dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Second down following the run.
Flex round! Flex round! Come on, let's go! What? Nothing! Flex round! Flex round!
Off of play action, it's Watson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Demario Davis coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game.
Looking for Austin, intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. They take over 1st and 10 in excellent field position here. Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. And it's the Browns out to the early advantage. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Let's go! Green 39!
They'll look to throw here. That's caught. It's Thomas. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And now here's a carry heading left. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it?
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
On 3rd down, that's Alexander. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And the Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Gets hit and the ball is loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Here we go.
Running this with a wide receiver, Fuller. Gets past one man. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain of 39 that time.
Come on, let's go.
They'll run now with Ware. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. And the offense will be looking to get at least some of this yardage back here. It's 2nd and 12. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, Any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
Now it's 2nd and 7. They'll try the air now with Watson. And his throw is incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard.
Here we go!
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. Haoli Kikaha. In there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down. And his kick is indeed good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. And we were scoreless up until this point in the 2nd quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. First quarter, no points at all. Now we've got our first score of the game. Or does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along? Or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Walton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He got 29 yards that time. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Now before the 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Just 2 yards to go here on 2nd down for the offense.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39. No. Check. Patriot. No. Check. Patriot. Patriot. Green. Over.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it's caught. Kobe Flainer. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down. They're going to look to throw. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down.
Here we go. 3-19. Back there, Philly. Here we go.
They'll set up to throw. And he's got his man. That's Snead. Touchdown, New Orleans. Willie Snead, as the first half is winding down. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. The second quarter score, meanwhile, down in Arizona. And the early lead there belonging to the Cardinals. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. Fights loose. And spins away. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And now out comes Houston. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Going deep for Hopkins. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Here we go.
And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. And no update from Larry this week, apparently. We'll try again in week 7. But for now, let's get back to the action, ready to kick off the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Let's go.
3rd and 2, Watson. And finding Fedorowicz. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Now a first down throw, Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or two shy of the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. On 1st and 10, Watson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Now Watson, and a dump off here to Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Texans on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Let's go.
Watson looks to throw again. He's going to find his man. That's Tavon Austin. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
From the red zone now, Watson, and it's caught, and he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Kyle Rudolph, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans are in for 6. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. Second down following the incompletion. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Back to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Here's Austin. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Come on, let's go! Ohio!
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 24 yards. And now a 1st down following that long gain.
Here we go! Flex round! Flex round!
From the gun, here's Watson. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cameron Jordan. Able to drop him for a loss of 4. So the defense gets to the quarterback. Now the offense backed up on second down.
Flex round! Flex round! Come on, let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38!
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
To throw on second is Watson. Over the middle here to Rudolph. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Here's Watson, option left. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead. So they're down in the red zone. They opt to utilize his legs instead of the arm. It works out pretty well.
I like what they were thinking there because in most situations now, defense is accounting for all the other runners on the field and, of course, for pass plays. But the quarterback position, oftentimes it is unaccounted for. Offense coordinator felt it, dialed it right up.
Inside the red zone, is this something teams should maybe, depending on the quarterback, do more often?
Definitely. If you've got a quarterback who can actually move it with his legs, that's an extra option and an extra weapon for you. I think they should utilize it more often.
Try and start this drive in the air. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Walton. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Second down now after the pass completion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
The gun now on 3rd down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I'm not sure we can spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
No. Check, Patriot. Here we go now. 3-19. No. Check, Patriot. Detroit.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's got Snead. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. And they get 28 yards on that one. And that leads to a New Orleans 1st down. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Let's go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. He'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
On the ground, this is Ware. They find some open field here. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, touchdown, Houston. Spencer Ware, an even 90 yards, and the Texans will extend their lead. So their backs were against the wall, deep back in their own territory, and they run it all the way down into the end zone.
That takes a lot of coordination for an offensive team, doesn't it? Because, let's face it, it's really not a surprise that they're going to run the ball in that situation. Backed up that close to their own end zone, you usually do call running plays, trying to be safe. Instead, it turns into an electrical run, a bolt for your team, and off he goes to the races.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Second down now after the incompletion. Now a handoff looking right. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Back to throw here. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. A very solid gain of 27. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Whitney Merciless in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. Room here to run. And now look at him go. And this will be a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
It's in the fourth quarter down in Miami. The Dolphins have extended their lead in that one. And if they could hold on to that lead, it would be win number 4 on the season for them. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Call it a gain of 5. Fourth down now. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll try and run with Whitlock, the fullback. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. It'll be a pickup of only a yard. And on fourth down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. So the offense has it first and 10.
Here we go now.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for Houston, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Pittsburgh Steelers come to town. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers.
man. We made way too many mistakes this week, okay? Coaching staff has gone in. We've simplified.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Hot. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Set. Green 39. Here we go now. 319. 319. Here we go now. 319. Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Hey, big fella, swing over here. It's tough. We've been talking about
Here
you
we go
getting
now.
better every
Green
week.
39.
You know what? Today you got better. Let's keep it up.